there's a very, very disturbing trend, which we've talked about on the show a little bit, out of Yemen. And there's a story in the Examiner about an 8-year-old girl who has died from internal injuries. I think you understand what I'm saying, Lewis. Internal injuries resulting from sex with her 40-year-old husband on her wedding night. And this has been an ongoing problem in Yemen, what's called the child bride problem. And even that name, child bride, I guess if you think about it, it does convey what this is, but it's almost not graphic enough. Like, it doesn't sound serious to just call it the child bride problem. But anyway, that's what it's being called. And this made headlines years ago when an 8-year-old girl went to court demanding that a judge dissolve her marriage to a man in his 30s. The girl did eventually win a divorce, and legislators started looking for ways to stop this from becoming a trend, and they've so far been unsuccessful. Currently, the law states that parents need to decide when their daughter marries. Reports indicate that a quarter of Yemenis, is it Yemenis or Yemeni females? I'm not sure. Maybe you can say it either way. Of Yemeni females marry before age 15. So this particular story is a girl who is not being identified by anything other than the name Rawan. She died in the area of Hajjah in northwestern Yemen, according to a report dated a couple of days ago. Activists in the region obviously want to put an end to this practice of marrying young girls, and they've called for police to arrest this girl's husband and family. However, this is socially acceptable. It's culturally acceptable, particularly in the rural areas of Yemen. And when changing this is proposed, Lewis, one of the main objections is that it is simply un-Islamic, and it's a very sad state of affairs. This is a serious, I mean, I don't want to call it, maybe humanitarian crisis is the wrong phrase, but it's certainly a basic civil rights crisis that's going on.
Yeah, this ridiculous, archaic practice clearly needs to stop. But I think sometimes in situations like this, what you have happening is, like you said, it's happening in rural areas where there's not much money. So I would imagine that occasionally there are parents who decide to marry their child off
for financial reasons.
Purposes.
Absolutely. And remember, there are many in this country who are opposed to this, who are in favor of passing legislation in the U.S. based on religion because of what the Bible says about marriage equality, because of what the Bible says about abortion, because of what the Bible says about anything. There is nothing that fundamentally distinguishes American Christian-based legislation on things like gay rights and abortion based on what the Bible says from it being un-Islamic to be prevented from marrying 8-year-old girls. It is identical, and we need to point out this double standard that exists when we talk about problems at home in the context of problems abroad. It is the exact same thing, unless I'm missing something, Lewis.
No, I think we're in agreement.
It's a Christian version of Sharia law opposed by many of those Christians in the U.S., so we've got to keep an eye on that.